Hello my friends, and in this episode we're going to look at the filigree bushes. Well, this is a fantastic solution to bringing greenery, shrubs, even trees to your vignettes, your dioramas, and even your minis platforms. Of course, the filigree comes in very many different types of colors, everything from early spring to late fall, winter colors, perfect solutions to any of the scenes that you have in mind. Well, now what do we find when you open the box? Well, one big clump of trees. But of course we can pick this apart and find out that we actually have many individual shrubs and bushes or even branches that we can use. I think that we'll begin by just making a small tree. Pulling from the box, I have a very nice beginning to the tree, but it seems a little one-dimensional. But I think we can improve upon this. Let's add some of the other branches to this main stem to make it a more convincing looking tree. Now this can be easily done by just simply attaching one of the filigree branches onto the main trunk of the tree. So we'll do a little bit of preparation here. We want to make a nice clean cut, maybe even on an angle so it's easier. There's a more surface space for the glue to attach to. And then we'll find the proper place on the trunk, and we'll use some CA glue in this case, just for the quick drying purposes. But a tree alone by itself, well, is that really a happy tree? Of course it is not. So let's make a small base very quickly. Using some of the foam from AK Interactive and also the terrains texture, the acrylic terrains texture, let's make a very quick base here. So a couple of elevations cut into the foam. I'm using a few pieces of bark just for some texture, and then spread the paste across the surface. We'll let this dry, and then we'll plant our tree. Now we can return back to our tree. Well, here it is, and we've added those extra branches, and now we have quite a bit more dimension, and it looks much more realistic. Our base is ready. Now it's time to plant our tree. Of course, planting the tree is very easy. We'll make a small hole into the base, adding a small amount of white PVA glue, and then we'll just simply put the tree into the small hole, and there you have it. Now, we could stop right here and have a very nice base, but let's push it just a little bit further. When working with the filigree, you will notice that some of the pieces do fall off, some of the leaves, maybe some of the branches. Rather than throw those away, use these as part of the diorama scene. Use them as clutter and ground scatter. I will admit, I have a hard time moving on before everything is complete, so let's just finish this little diorama scene off. Just give it one more touch, and that would be with the grass tufts. Adding these along with the filigree will just add that extra special bit of dimension and texture and pull the entire scene together. And as you can see, it doesn't take very long, and it's not a lot of work to really compose a very nice and realistic diorama base. Of course, the filigree is very versatile and is not just for large-scale dioramas or vignettes. It is perfect for small pieces such as figure platforms or even gaming pieces. So allow me just a few moments here. Let me prepare just a small base very quickly here with some AK Gen 3 paints, and then we'll get started. And here we are. We're all finished up with our painting, and we're ready to start adding our vegetation. To the side, just some PVA glue, just a touch onto the vegetation, to the filigree, and just tap it into place. And now it's just a matter of continuing to add whatever it is that you'd like to add to your scene, as much or as little as you wish. Let's add just a few of these tufts as I've done earlier, and this will just finish off this base nicely, and this will give me a platform that I'd be very proud to put my finest mini on or go to game night with. And then finally, one last example that we could use with the filigree is to simply go outside, find yourself a branch or a stick that's appropriate for your own needs. You can use a drill, take a few holes, and then just slide in the filigree branches and create your own tree using all natural ingredients. And finally, here we have 3 different ideas of how to use the filigree into our scenes, whether they be large or small.